Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Masternaut, and today I want to go over my first couple hours experiencing the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Remaster, remake of the game, whatever you want to call it. It's a pretty goddamn fun experience, I would say. It is very enjoyable. I have really enjoyed my time. I put about 8 hours into it today as of the 29th. I streamed it on, I guess, what you would consider the official launch day with my girlfriend Gwen. We were planning on playing through the whole game. This is her first time experiencing this, but this is my second, I guess. I've played through the game before, and I've said this on stream, I've gone on record many times and said that this is my favorite game of all time. This is it. This is my favorite game. It's beautiful, it's amazing. I could play this game for hours, and I was really kind of waiting to play this game again for something like this, where it's, it's an official remaster, remake, whatever, again, you want to call it, of the game. On a new system, because previously I had played the game on the new 3DS and on Dolphin emulator. And a little bit of history about the Xenoblade series on my channel. Xenoblade X was one of the first games I ever streamed back in, oh my god, was it 2016? Oh my god. When did that game come out? Like 2014, 2015? Let me look this up here. Xenoblade Chronicles X release date. Oh my god, when did this fucking thing come out? April 29th, 2015, which meant that I definitely played the game. December 4th in 2015. That sounds better. December 4th, which pretty much meant that the whole Christmas season I was playing this game. And then in I believe, summer of 2016, I decided to stream it. And that was what got me into streaming. That's where I met some of my amazing mods and friends on my Twitch channel, Patrick and Nintendo Ultra. I'll put both of their Twitch links in the description below. Love those guys. And that was kind of where I first started my Xenoblade adventure. That was my first Xenoblade game. And then in 2017, January of 2017, when the Switch Unveil event was going on, and they showed off a bunch of games, Xenoblade 2 is one of them, and I knew from my love of Xenoblade X that I had to play the first one before the second one came out. And I'm very glad I did. Pretty much right after that, I figured out how to get it in Dolphin emulator. This is back when Emu Paradise and pretty much any emulator site, I Love ROMs, everything was still working. Nothing was taken down. I got a ROM, and I get everything up to 4K, which I still think looks better than this Definitive Edition. I'm sorry, Nintendo, it looks great, it really does, but I mean, 720p, I don't think there's any anti-aliasing in this. There might be, but it's not as high as I had it cranked up on there. Looks great though, but I know it could look better. Anyway, I played the game. Originally, it was just a one-time playthrough. I just want to play through the game, beat it, and do it. It took me about 108 hours, I think, to do everything that I wanted to do in the game. I'm pretty sure I did all of the side quests that I saw. I had all the Monado arts. I even went after Monado Eater. I did all of that stuff, and it was amazing. That brought people like Nuffly to my channel, and Scra, and another wave of mods and friends came along. And that was when I kind of said, I think that's also where I made my Discord and things, and that was kind of the start of me saying, hey, I really want to do this streaming thing. This is really fun, and I want to do this. And then some people will know with Xenoblade 2, I streamed that game from launch to completion, and that was beautiful, great. I enjoyed the game. It's still not as good to me as Xenoblade 1, but I think it's still a very good game. I think it would go in my top 10 games of all time, for sure. But Xenoblade definitely, the first one definitely takes the cake as my #1 favorite. And I'm just really excited to get to play this game again with you guys. Like I said, I've got 8 hours, so we just left Colony 9. We're on the route to Colony 6. We stopped right before the Gower Plains because Gwen was tired and she wanted to take a nap. So that meant that we were just done for the day. But we're going to go live. I think the plan is to go live at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every day over on twitch.tv/Mastronaut. Shameless plug. And yeah, honestly, this has been a really great experience. I love the fashion system. It's allowed me to like look how I want without, you know, mismatched gear and looking awful. I feel like they've made certain things easier. I don't know if it's just my experience with the game, but it seems like they've made combat a little bit easier. I don't know, I could be wrong. There's definitely certain things that I found that were really nice, like when you're using backslash or air slash, the directional damage boosters. I don't know what you would refer to those as. Like the directional crit points. It now flashes when those are available. Before it was just kind of guessing. You had to guess like, is this far enough to the side? Am I far enough behind him? So that's been really nice. All of the audio sounds so good and crisp because it's not compressed on the Wii anymore. It's all like, it's allowed to shine. You know, it's not being pushed through AV cables anymore. It can run through HDMI. Oh, what else? Combat has felt really good. None of the physics have felt too janky. I've only noticed a couple frame dips on like Xenoblade 2 and even Xenoblade 1, the original version. I think so they've definitely smoothed that out. I think the game overall looks a lot better than Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2, it looked awful. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That game looked so bad. I went back to play it to do some audio testing before we hopped into Xenoblade 1. That game looks awful. I'm sorry, it really does. But after playing 1, it really, like, they need to release a patch or something for that game. Because it's horrendous. Anyway, yeah, so audio, great. The art style, amazing. Everything really pops and is in like 3D now. Shulk's fingers don't look like weird steak fries. They actually look like fingers, and they've got fingernails, and you can see their eyes and their, you know, their pupils, and it's crazy, you know. Their irises pop out. The colors, I don't remember Dixon's eyes being so hazel. Like, it almost feels like this is the original way that the game was meant to be perceived. Kind of like how the Ocarina of Time 3D remake of the game looked like the guides from you know, you'd see in the manual for the game. It looked like the official artwork, whereas the actual, you know, the original version of Ocarina of Time 64 just looked like whatever they could push out. I think we're at a point where Monolith has really been able to make the game look like how they originally intended it to. Like they imagined, like looking at like an anime character or something they drew. It looks like this is how the game was meant to be perceived. And it's interesting because I'm noticing all the different art style changes, but Gwen, my girlfriend, who has never experienced Xenoblade 1 before, only 2, she doesn't know what anything looks like. So it's interesting to play this again and notice all the differences and point them out, and she has no idea. So I'm trying to keep her as spoiler-free as possible. I've been, you know, trying to get some, you know, friends and mods in the chat, and, you know, making sure that we make this the most pleasant and, you know, non-backseat gaming spoiler experience we can for her, because this is the first time that I get to see the game in this kind of state, but this is the first time she's seen this game at all. I've played it, I've beaten this game, she hasn't, so I don't want to rob that experience from her. This being my favorite game, I want to see her enjoy her first, like, experience of the game completely blind. And yeah, I think for now, that's really all I have to say about the game. I'm only 8 hours in. I've probably got another 92, 90, maybe around 100 hours to go. Obviously it's launch day, and I've been sitting here waiting because my girlfriend decided to take a nap. I would have probably kept playing, but you know, this is more about her right now, and me sharing this with her. So I don't think I have anything left to say, but I am going to be streaming this game. You can check that out once again over at twitch.tv/Mastronaut. Link will be in the description, along with all my friends that I mentioned. I am going to be making more Xenoblade videos about this game, about other games in the series, and how I feel about them now, because I feel like Monolith has put out 2 really good games, Torna and this game, and 2 was pretty good, and I think X, I have a lot to say about X. Well, that's a whole nother video. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to making Xenoblade content here on YouTube in this kind of fashion, and enjoying my more unfiltered kind of just whatever is happening, you know, sporadic opinions over on Twitch. Make sure you guys, you know, check that out. And yeah, I think I'm going to probably go to bed now. Honestly, I'm exhausted. And I can't wait to see you guys over there. I can't wait to, you know, make more content for this game, because I love it so much. And yeah, I hope you guys will stick around for this new adventure of a 10-year-old game that's getting its life again. So I hope you guys, you know, enjoy yourselves and have a damn good one.